Yes, sir.
Sebastian,
this is congratulations.
You,
Freddie, this is an important fight for you.
Yes.
This movement, be smart.
Absolutely.
Once he get to running around like a little mouse, excuse the language, you just pivot. Keep your range.
Yes.
Your sister did a beautiful job.
Yes.
That range and discipline was perfect. Plus, this is going to propel you for Xander and Kelly and them, because they movers like Keith Thurman. So this is good for you.
Yes, sir.
I'm looking for you to win. Be smart. Do not get caught up in anything.
Yes.
So
Sebastian Fundora is fighting Keith Thurman on Saturday night. Thank you.
Okay, sorry. Congratulations, Sebastian.
Thank you, boss.
Sebastian, is anything he's doing, piercing that stoicism you carry into the fights at all, getting in your head at all?
Like the talks?
Yeah.
No, hell no. I feel good. I feel happy. I think I'm more focused on the positive. I'm seeing my face all over the place, I'm not trying to get into my head in like a cocky way, but all the work's done. Before I left, I felt comfortable. Now that we're here, seeing him face to face again after a million times, it just makes it more and more and more comfortable. But we're ready. We're ready for Saturday.
Is there anything different about your mentality heading into this fight than it was in the Zoo rematch last July?
I think it's the same, I think after that, before that rematch, I still get a little jitters from the interviews and stuff like that, but I feel like you guys want to hear what I say now too. Having this title or being where I'm at now, it's more respected. I feel the respect now, definitely. So it makes it a lot more easier, It's easy to work with people that like you,
Tim Bradley, he questions if your vision and your ability to see good, if that's going to hurt you in this fight, or even if it's getting progressively worse at all. Does it affect you in these fights at certain distances in the fight?
I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I mean, I got here, right? I got here, so that I think that answers a lot of questions. I wear glasses. I wear glasses to read, though, not to box. If you ever see me in the ring with some glasses, maybe it'll be time to stop after that, right?
Sebastian, what did you make of Keith Thurman using the Brian Mendoza fight, saying he has the cheat code to knock you out? What did you make of what he said about that?
I don't think there's no cheat code to this sport. There's no cheat code. It's just you get hit, you stand there, you get hit, you're gonna get knocked out. And with that fight, we all see it. It's like I got tired. I made a mistake, and I paid for it. But I felt very comfortable in that fight until the 7th round. I think if we ever fight again, if we ever do get that fight again, I'll win no problem.
He said, I talked to Brian, he said he wants that fight really bad. He feels like you as a man should want to exercise that right to avenge the loss. So what do you make of that?
But I think it's funny about that. Why is he calling a rematch when he's the one who won? Isn't that like the opposite way? When we wanted that fight, that rematch, when he was still interim the champion, we didn't get it. They said, no, he's going to go fight the champion, Tim Tszyu. So what we did, we go fight Tim Tszyu after he lost to Tim Tszyu. He lost the interim, he lost everything. So it's like, what worth are you to me now? But, that's a good fight. I still want to see it as a fan myself. I still want to see it. I still want to get that win. But, there's lots of bigger fish in the pond.
Sebastian, because your style, you do take punches in every fight. Do you expect at some point you will take his best shot? And are you confident that won't be an issue in the fight?
Yeah, I don't think it'll be an issue. I don't think it'll be an issue at all. I don't want to get hit, though.
Of course.
I don't want to get hit. We're fighting a powerful opponent. But we've been using our range a lot more. I plan on not getting hit with anything crazy like that.
But if he does land that shot, what happens?
I'm ready. I'm good. I don't know if you guys seen me fight before. I know you have, but I've been hit with pretty good shots and only been put on the mat twice.
Can I just get your thoughts on if that fight's going to happen, Xander Zayas and Jaron Ennis? Who do you think wins that fight?
I mean, Zayas is the champion. I kind of favor Ennis because of experience, but I mean, is it really that much more experience than Zayas? Zayas has been fighting at 154 for a while too, so Ennis has one fight. So I don't know. It's kind of a 60-40. I don't know. Ennis is pretty smart though, so southpaw too.
It rarely works out this clean in boxing, but do you think it would make sense for the division for if you can stop Keith Thurman, you fight Ortiz, then the winners fight each other in those two matchups?
It's all business. In a perfect world, we should do a tournament, no? like the Muhammad Ali tournament for 154. But we'll see what happens. After we just have Thurman right now in our mind, so let's focus on that.
Sebastian, a lot of talk's been made about how good you fight on the inside, even though obviously you have the advantage of fighting on the outside. But do you prefer either one? Would you rather the fight be inside as opposed to maybe be at distance, or which one do you prefer fighting?
Maybe before, I like to fight on the inside because I don't know, for some reason I feel like in that range I could throw a hard punch and I'm not gonna miss. I'm not gonna swing for the air. A lot of these fighters like to slip, and especially the modern fighters, they like using their cat reflexes, So from a longer range, it's kind of hard, especially punching down. But I got a lot better in the range, more comfortable. I know that jab's gonna land now for sure, a solid jab. But I guess it's just how I feel that day. Sometimes I wake up on the side, I'm like, I'm gonna fight on the inside today. So it just, I guess, depends how I wake up.
Obviously, the weight class, I feel like all fighters have a little bit of an issue making weight, but I don't know, I don't get that sense from you. I feel like maybe you're kind of one of those guys that tries to put on weight, and maybe you kind of just keep staying where you're at. Is the move to 160 soon, or you're fine at 54 and there's been no issue?
I feel like the only reason right now I'm staying at 54 is because there's a lot of fights. I mean, we just saw there's a couple of fights at 160 as well, but right now I think the hottest division is 154. I'm not struggling to make it, but I feel 160 might be in the near future.
He's talked a lot about going to your body. He said you've never been hit with a good body shot, but what do you think? How do you think that plays the other side when you get to his body? How will that play a role in this fight?
I mean, a lot of people have been saying his body, and they're right, I guess. It's just you got to go in there and do it yourself. You got to be 6'6" and go and try to hit the body, bend over, and we'll see what he brings. I mean, the body's always great to hit. Slows down the momentum of the fighter as well, but it's just whatever lands. The uppercut for the body hits first, or the uppercut right in the chin. Maybe he just walks into a straight left hand, and that's game over. No body needed. It just depends how the fight plays out.
You talked about some of your frustrations, how basically the Jake Pauls of the world, the YouTubers of the world are taking a lot of the attention in the sport, and that you don't want to fight too deep into your 30s. Does that affect you at all going into a fight like this? Already thinking about retirement?
Absolutely not. I think it makes it actually a little bit easier. For boxing, it's like, well, my dad says, my dad's been telling me after I won this title, I was like, well, now everything else, all this fights and all this legacy now is just, in his words, I mean, I'm not gonna say a curse word, but F you money. Everything is extra now. All this is extra now. Fighting for this title now is extra. Becoming undisputed is extra. I already achieved what I wanted to do. I wanted to become world champion in this sport, and I done it. I did it with interim, and now I'm full champion. My sister's undisputed champion. All these things are extra now. If I move up to 160 and become a champion in that division as well, that's all extra now. So it makes it a little bit easier, less stress to know that my job's been done already.
But do you fight with the same desire and willing to walk through the same fires when you're fighting for the extra now and not for the...
I think you have to. It's the extra now, but the extra is the hardest now, right? Like, it's like you do the homework and you get the 100%, and then you want that extra credit, you want that extra 4%, extra 5%, and it's just like maybe double the homework because you just want that 1% more to pass the class or be 104%, 105%. This is the 105% right now with Thurman, with Suze. All these guys are top of the top. It's just now it's me defending my title instead of going after it.
Sebastian, talking about the extra, right? Like, so what are the goals now? Is it multiple division champion? Is it Hall of Fame career? What is, what's pushing you now?
What's pushing me now, I guess, is to become a superstar. And I think with this fight right here is just, it's laying the bricks for my path. This fight right here is definitely going to start something, a bigger flame for the Towering Inferno. So let's just become something really big in this sport.
Sebastian, Keith yesterday mentioned you're still growing in the ring and maturing, and because you got to kind of evolve when you fight him, it takes away from what you already do. What did you make of what he said yesterday about that?
As in, like, I'm always evolving. I'm always evolving in. I mean, it's not going to take away anything from me. You know, I've been training for him. I trained for him just like I train for everybody else. You know, and with that, we had time to grow with every camp. You know, it was unfortunate that we couldn't fight in October, and now we're fighting right now in March. But you know, it's not free time. It's not like oh, I gotta switch up the strategy or anything like that. No, it's just more work of the same thing we've been doing, evolving. Whatever, like in that essence, training for him, it wasn't any different for Sue. It wasn't any different for Lubin. It wasn't any different for a Booker. These guys are, I mean, they're not the same thing, but we're still training on what we want to do. We need to go in there and control the ring ourselves.
Where do you feel you evolved the most as a fighter?
Evolved? Maturity. You know, maturity. Just listening to my pops. You know, my pop's been right the whole time. It's just now reacting exactly how he wants it. You know, because he's seen the masterpiece from a long time. That's why we've been boxing for so long. Because I trust my father. But it just sometimes you want to pull the other way. It's like, nah, man, I can hit him with the uppercut from up here. You know, when you could have just done it the whole time from far away. But you know, it's just, you know, maturity again.
To expand on that, have you grown more as a fighter? You're more patient, I would say, because you had a high volume of punches early on in your career. But what do you feel like you've matured at now recently as a fighter?
Yeah, it's just, I guess, landing the punches as well, because you know we could throw 1,000 punches, but if only 2 land or 10 land, it's and that would piss me off on the stats too all the time. Like, oh, Fundora threw 1,000 punches, landed 50. I was like, how is that possible, man? You know, how is that possible? But you know, we got the job done. We'll stop him like in 4 rounds, or the face will be all swollen up. It's like, okay, yeah, maybe 2 or 3 punches will do that, but still, like, how's that make sense? But you know, I guess with how we've been training, you see the more accurate punches. I guess you see it more easier. Like, it's obvious when my jab's all like freaking 3 feet out on your face to see that punch landed correctly and did the damage. So I guess just landing the punches a little bit better.
When does that switch go on? When does the guy we're seeing here go away and the fighter, you know, the guy who likes to beat people up on fight night, when does that switch go on?
I think it's fight day. As soon as I wake up, definitely when I'm already in the locker, you know, I do my warm up, I put on my clothes, put on my shoes, I do my little walks around the room, my prayers, but we're locked in, we're dialed in. I feel like as soon as we came into Vegas, I get happy seeing my face all around, but it's right, clock into work. I mean, I made a mistake and said right here, we'll clock into work on Saturday. No, I already clocked into work, we're already working.
Do you think Keith, all his confidence is that, do you think he thinks he's getting in your head at this point with all that talk about the Mendoza fight and everything else he's been doing?
I don't know, I can't speak for Keith in that way, but I see a twitch every single time I stare at him. And and now these past 2 days he's been mentioning little jokes like he mentioned yesterday, you gotta be like 6'7". And I don't know, I'm not a psychiatrist or anything. I don't know the human mind that well, but I've been studying a little bit. And I could sense a little bit, like, I can see the crack in the armor, so I haven't even thrown a punch yet.
A twitch? Like in his eyes? Or what's
twitch in the eye, twitch in the face. But, I mean, those things in boxing don't really matter. What matters is doing what you do in the ring, what you throwing punches. So these things are all extra, but, you know, I try to use that as an advantage.
Let's get a question over here. Hold on 1 second, Steve. Let's get a question over here.
What kind of music are you listening to right now to get you ready during the training camps or pre-fight?
I've been listening to a lot of house music. I don't know, just something with beats, you know, just getting ready for spring break, you know. Spring break's going on right now. As soon as this fight, I'm going to the beach.
That's appropriate coming from Coachella. So.
Absolutely. Getting ready for that one too.
Sebastian, yesterday and today, you guys kind of had a little laugh during the face-off. Just what was said between you guys?
He was mentioning my height. He was like, you got to be 6'7" or something. I told him in a jokingly manner, it's the shoes. Don't worry about it. Just the shoes. Don't comfort. Yeah.
And Sam said something to him today.
Yes. Samson?
Yeah.
Yeah. Samson said he's coming in hot. He's on fire right now. And I think Thurman did get bothered by that a little bit. He's like, I've been knocking people out since I've been 14 years old. I was like, oh, dang. You're not fighting Samson. Don't worry about him. And Samson's just the noise.
I saw
a couple more questions,
he threw like a
guys.
little shoe shine body shot combination on you yesterday.
Yeah.
When you guys did the face off. Did you make anything of that?
I just take that as a like, you know, you do little twitches, you do little spontaneous acts like to show that you're comfortable. That's why I get to talking as well. He's a good talker and he talks well and he's good for the business for that. But I feel it's just a lot of extra stuff like to make himself feel more comfortable in the room.
Hey Sebastian, you mentioned 154 being one of the best divisions in the sport a few times today. So do you have a hit list of some of the champions and fighters that you want to go after Saturday night's fight?
There's 2 champions with Kelly and Zayas. They got Virgil, they got Boots, they got all kinds of names. So whoever they give me.
Speaking of Virgil, if you did make that fight, would you ever want to defend have you ever thought about defending your titles on a card with your sister?
That'd be beautiful, huh? Wouldn't that be beautiful? But I need her to be all the way up there, and whether she could take the main event. You know, I think she definitely deserves something like that in a big card. She main evented maybe 2 or 3 times in her career, but I need her like in a big card like this and pay-per-view on Las Vegas type of card. You know, she deserves that. You know, I think she's the best female fighter in the world right now.
I agree. Let's get a question over here.
Sebastian, at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, what do you want your legacy in boxing to be?
Someone who's always respected the sport, you know, give the fans something that they enjoyed, but as well something to look up to, you know, for the next generation to be like, hey, I don't have to be so crazy for people to know that I'm a great fighter.
And what would your advice to the next generation be?
Just be you. If you are loud, go be loud. If you are quiet, be quiet too, because it works out in the end. You know, just make sure you do the work, and that's all.
Sis, how you doing?
How you doing,
This is Samson. Are you comfortable at 154? Do you feel moving up is in the immediate future, or 154 is where you feel that you can decide?
As of right